Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. Bunch of Madden 23 news dropped today. Amongst franchise mode updates have been announced, and unfortunately the list is not as long as many of us had hoped. They did announce upgrades to free agency and trade logic AI. According to Reveal, free agency will now feature athlete motivations, such as location of the team, as well as specific salary demands. They will also have new player tags to influence various offensive activities and overall player progression. Unfortunately, we didn't see a lot of things that we were looking for, but it did say there will be refined scouting, staff management, and weekly strategies this year's game. And all three of those elements were introduced in Madden 22 to mixed reactions. And unfortunately, we don't see the main thing, the biggest problem, one of the biggest problems I have with Madden 22 franchise mode is the bugs. It was one of the most buggy franchise releases that I can remember in a while, from the 31 to 32 glitch, draft glitches, and more, where whole seasons were restarting on people. They couldn't even advance past certain points. It was just massive issues, especially with the folks like myself who play online CFMs, 32-man leagues. We had issues all year long that just never were resolved. So big thing was the bugs. Really need a free agency upgrade. Free agency needs to be more realistic. And we got that point. We need to go get away from that point system, where you can see it's just not realistic. That's not how things play out in real life. It is a step in the right direction, having those athlete motivations where it's not just about how much money you offer the person, but the location where you're at, your coaching staff. Now that we do have coaching staffs in the game, like scheme fits and all those things should matter, not just how much who can load up the biggest contract and send it to a person in free agency. Front end, and speaking of contracts, front end and backloaded contracts, where are they? We've been asking for that for the longest time, and you've seen in this offseason teams like the Rams, who can kind of negotiate the cap using those front end backloaded contracts. Contract restructuring, where you can go in and restructure a contract. You want to keep a player on the team that you don't want to see hit free agency, rework his contract. You need some, you need more space, more cap space. You're kind of nearing the top of that cap. Restructure a guy, restructure an older veteran if he agrees to it, depending upon his morale, depending upon if you're winning, depending upon, it should be like real life. Like, you shouldn't be just restructure anyone, but things that make sense, just like real life, where a player who wants to finish his career with that team, he will take a contract restructure. Maybe not a younger player or a rookie coming on his last deal. They're not going to want to do. You can do a contract extension, but just make that a part of the game where you have to make it a skill, where as a GM, as a coach, as a player in a franchise, you have to know how to navigate the contracts. Well, it's not just about the skill in the field, but also if the skill up in the office, where someone can't manage their team properly, where they guys go into free agency and they're not able to sign people because they don't understand that part of it. Like, make that a skill within franchise mode, where it's not just about sticks in the field, but also about team building. And also team building, team creation, we're getting into sharing files. Like, people create specific all-time teams and playbooks and all that, but you're limited to your console. And we have and the game is across multiple consoles and multiple gens right now. So PS5 can't share the PS4. And vice versa, where Xbox can't share the old Xbox Series X, and they can't share cross-platform. Open it up. Why can't we have cross-platform period across franchise mode? Why does it, that splits up the whole entire community. You should be able to, PS5, Xbox Series X people should be able to be in the same franchise. I know there's some technical limitations to that, but the game is similar enough across both consoles that why can't we have these things? It just needs to be a lot more in franchise mode besides what we're seeing right now. I hold my judgment, but this initial reveal, but this is a small, tiny blurb. I mean, it's so little, and we need that franchise push. We were supposed to get that last year, and was really hoping that it would be. They strung these updates out, and by the time we got the last one, it was like a month ago. And we got the last franchise update, which was barely updated that. It's just been a big disappointment. And it looks like it's going to continue, but I will hold my judgment. We'll see. The Madden 23 does release August 19th worldwide across all those platforms that I mentioned, as well as PC. So let me know your thoughts on these the franchise announcements in the comment section below. If you appreciate our content and all the work we do to bring you guys the latest news, tips, and gameplay from your favorite sports games, drop a like, subscribe to SGO today. You want to take your game to the next level? Then join SGO Insider.